everyone, so this is my 8-month update of Heaven and Earth Designs Middle-earth large chart, and I can't remember what I updated last time, but I managed to complete a whole page since getting Ripley, which was quite an achievement because he takes up quite a lot of time. And so I'm just going to show you my progress, where I think that's the completed page that I've just finished, and this is page 66, so I've been working on that. Can't remember how long, I just lose track of everything nowadays. I've been working on that. It's slow because I'm also working on another piece for, this is going to sound really weird, I've been working on a piece for Ripley's first Christmas. It's kind of more for me than him, but I've kind of just been making something to kind of remember the first Christmas that I had him for, and so what I've done, I think I'll just show you because it's not like it's a surprise or anything. Ripley sees it all the time. I'm just trying to find the image of it in here. But basically it's a me to you Christmas design. I think it's called Tatty Teddy Delivers Presents. Oh here it is right here. It's me to you Tatty Teddy Christmas cross stitch delivering Christmas gifts, and that is the final image. I don't know if this is actual size, but it comes through as 20 by 20 centimeters, but I didn't want it that big, but I really liked that design, so what I've done is, instead of doing it on the 14 count that it arrived with, which would have been 14 count Ada, I think that's how you say it, 14 count Ada with 2 strands over 1 square, I think that's how you say it. I don't know if you say that through Ada or whatever, but I've decided to do it on a slightly smaller count by halving it in size, so I'm using 28 count. I've pretty much no clue what it is. It's 28 count Jasmine, and so I decided to do that instead, so it's approximately half the size of what it would be, and that's my progress so far. I think I've been working on it for a couple of weeks now, on and off between all of the walks and feed times with Ripley. I'll explain all that in another video because I think I want to do a video about his eating habits, because that's a definite funny topic. But that's what I've been working on. So of course I've got the Ada from the pattern, which I'm not using for that, so that will be added to this stash box for something else. And so I'm kind of doing bit by bit for this, and then I'm going to make it into just like a little mini Christmas tree decoration, because I'm going to get my own mini Christmas tree, because this is my first Christmas in this flat, and what better way to celebrate it than with a dog, even though a dog is not just for Christmas, it's for all year round. But that's so far my progresses. I now have I don't know how many work in progresses that I actually have started, but these are my 2 work in progresses, the HAED Middle-earth and Tatty Teddy Delivering Christmas Gifts. Usually I take this one with me when I'm going to stay at my mum's, because I stay at my mum's every Wednesday night, so I usually take this with me because it's quite good to sort of do a small thing. There's no parking involved with that, because it's just blocks of colour. You can pretty much start something and then you can quickly, put it down because, you know, the puppy wants something to eat or the puppy wants a walk. So you can pretty much pick it up and put it down, opposed to this one where I would have to concentrate, which I usually get loads of work done while Ripley is having a nap or he's eating or he is playing like by himself. So I'm not sure how much work I'm actually going to get done on this. It's been going on for nearly 8 months, and that's how much I've done in 8 months. It slowed down as soon as I got Ripley, but of course I would not have it any other way because he has completely changed my life, both in good ways and bad. He's taught me so much. He has taught me patience, sort of. He's taught me love, which I kind of already knew, but you don't realise these things until you get one. And of course he's not doing anything by the book. I expected a dog or a puppy that stayed up late all night and cried and wanted out of his crate and everything, but he hasn't been doing any of that. He's just more just doing his own thing. So as I described to everyone, he's not doing anything by the book. The book has been thrown out the window, and so I'm just doing things based upon how I feel it is. I'll probably talk about all this in another video, because you always say you're going, like, you know, you've read loads of books to care for a dog or something. I actually didn't read any books. I just read articles online about the basics of a puppy. When people say to me, how are you getting on, I usually turn to them and say, I have absolutely no idea. And to be fair, it's been, I think, a couple of months, and I still have absolutely no idea. And I'm just kind of doing what feels right. If there's something that's up, I will try and look online, I will probably panic, and then I'll just think, it's fine, because I mean, for his teething, for example, I have absolutely no clue if he's early or if he's late. I mean, it's just really confusing. I know that he's teething at the back at the moment, at the back of his mouth, but the way I just kind of remember it is, my first loose tooth was 6, nearly 7. My sister's first loose tooth was about 5. So if you can't trust humans to go by the book, then why would you trust an animal to go by the book? They're all different. So I'll talk about that more in other videos, but I just thought I'd quickly make an update while he's sleeping. He's having a pretty grumpy week. But that's my progress. If you want to request any videos or you just want to ask me any questions or any requests of any form, I'll probably be doing some videos on Ripley, like his food and his behaviour, because I've got quite a long story about his food and how I came about that. So thank you for watching, and keep sketching. Bye.